Unmute. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the graphic says week 2, but this is actually match 4 of UNM in the Mountain West series. I am Dieter Elegant Cabbage Hambicki, and joined with me on the cast is my good friend
Mark Luna Ephemera by Loan.
And how are
We're
you
excited
doing?
for this week.
Yeah, how are
I'm
you doing
excited for
tonight?
this week.
That's good.
This game seems to be probably the hardest matchup that UNM has had to go up against
Yeah,
so far. We got the bye the first week, and then the last 2 days, the last two matches haven't been super intense. Huge draft differences, and overall, just second game stomps. Really,
yeah.
after the first game, they got their groove and just immediately went straight into stomping afterwards. So
We played Fresno State and University of Wyoming already. Fresno State is 2-1 in the standings, so actually we're their only loss, which is not that bad. I think one of those is a bye though, so I think they're actually 1-1. Can't gain much off of that, and University of Wyoming is 1-2. I don't think that's a bye. I think they won against U.S. Air Force Academy, which are sitting currently at a solid 0-2. They're playing their third game of the season tonight. Hopefully, they get a win in that column. Otherwise, they fall to tied in 11th with the Utah State University sitting at that solid 0-3.
right, and every team guaranteed gets one win because every team gets a bye, but that's not going to be enough for a lot of these teams if they hope on going anywhere or if they want to go into virtual Las Vegas.
Yeah, and we're actually sitting quite happily at, although we did already get a bye, but we are currently tied with the Colorado State Rams and Boise State. All of us are tied for first at 3-0 to start off the season. So we're, I believe, top 4 on the season, regular season advance to playoffs. So we'll be,
Though many people will say that we've had a pretty easy time thus far, and the latter half of our season is poised to be the much more difficult part of it.
almost definitely.
So, gotta secure the W's right now and then, hopefully also secure the W's later, but
Well,
really
the good
hone
news
all
is
that team
we
composition.
don't need to come out of the gate swinging. We do have a relatively easy schedule at the beginning to really start ramping up into the later half, which is definitely what you'd want. Um,
Right.
if if you weren't just going to go like hard opponent, easy opponent, hard opponent, easy opponent, like that's fine, I guess. But we have the best case scenario schedule, just easy ramp ups towards being our best form at the end of the tournament.
And a lot of these teams have had a lot of time to get their synergy going, having most of the fall semester to do that. But UNM Esports actually just put together the team over winter break, and so their synergy and their for how new they are, their synergy is really good, and I expect it only to get better as the season goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. I have really high hopes for this team this season. We're already at the winningest season we've ever had at 3-0. So hopefully we'll just stay in first forever.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're about to be
I see
heading into game
ours
one.
in chat. That doesn't mean much yet, so we'll see, and we will go right into champion select right off of that. I guess we shall introduce the teams while we have a second. So here we have on our left, I guess, we have the University of Hawaii at Manoa. I don't actually know how
I
to.
believe that is the case. Yes.
Manoa, I'm going to say. And in their top, they have I'm OPAF, bruh. In the jungle is Ivane only. In the middle position, they have I Learn Game. In their bot lane, they have Gumazuli. And in their support position, they have Krusty. And then, as always, UNM Esports, that's Yellow Cactus in the top lane, Didicus in the jungle, PP Sue in the mid lane, Medium Willie 69 in the bot lane, and then I drink bathwater there in that support position.
Name a more iconic duo than Willie and Water down there in the bot lane. Spoiler, you can't.
I am seeing in the chat people saying 3-0, let's go, boys. This is a best of 3. Unless they're talking about 3-0 on the season, in which case, I mean, kind of. But one of those was as a bye. So
yeah, but this could be the 3-0 game right here.
Okay.
Without the bye.
That's what chat's talking about. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So looking at the patch, so obviously the players are playing on the newest patch 11.3. I think that it's going to shake up the picks and bans a lot more than we've seen over the course of the past couple games.
Yeah.
Obviously, the hugest nerf to UNM being the Seraphine nerfs coming out.
Yeah, this is the first. I want to say this might actually be the first game of Mountain West on this new patch. So we might be the curve setters really for this patch. Last patch, and I don't think Galio got nerfed at all. That was pretty much the highest priority mid laner going into the end of the week last week. It got 5 bans over 9 games and was picked up another 2 times. I don't actually remember I think it was a 50% win rate over those 2 picks. Lulu, 2 bans, 4 picks, a whole bunch of Nami plays. We might still see that with the Moonstone Renewer being nerfed a little bit. Not
yeah, I
certain.
mean, I think the support and bot lane shakeup is going to be huge for this patch, as well as we might be seeing a little bit more diversity in the jungle with a huge amount of nerfs for some of the main junglers that we've been seeing around. Olaf being nerfed, Ivern being nerfed. I believe Pantheon got nerfed too. So there's like a ton going on for this patch. And it looks like we're jumping into Champion Select.
And we're even on the right side already, so we just need to move these logos a little bit. And move Champion Select a little bit. Not scuffed production, I swear.
So as we jump into Champion Select, I would assume because this is one of the first games played on the new patch, we're not going to be seeing too much different than what we've already seen. Assuming they ban something. Okay, never mind.
Okay, that is different. Talia ban, that's not super surprising. Ivane only does play a decent amount of Talia. I don't think she got nerfed at all over the patch. Yeah, I'm assuming that's going to be a remake because of missing that ban. Our tops client is frozen. Yeah, okay. That seems
okay. Reasonable enough.
Yeah, that's a remake. I don't. You don't get to say, "Oops, no, you missed a ban. You're going to just not have a ban." I mean, maybe Boise would say that.
We value sportsmanship, camaraderie pretty highly over here, so I think we're just gonna kind of let that slide. You know, if it happens again, then maybe we be like, "Yo, what's happening, man?"
Then we go, okay, you switch your top laner and just have your jungler be technically top or whatever.
Yeah, at this point.
But hopefully with a quick restart and everyone's switching around, we'll be back into Champion Select momentarily. That was the Talia ban. Not super surprising from UNM. Assume we're going to see it again.
I do know that the team does think highly of the Talia. They don't like getting one shot by anything. It's like one of their main reasons for banning her is just you can't do anything. If you get hit by the knockback, you just die.
Yeah. It's a she's a very strong jungler at the moment. I think she did get a little bit of a nerf, but I don't think it was super substantial. I think it moved her from perma pick ban to a A tier. Like, she was S tier, kind of objectively,
Right.
last patch. I think she's more of an A tier now.
Yeah, I mean, and one of the things about Talia jungle is like once you hit 6, it's just like you either have to flash this or dash this. You can't get away from the Talia gank if you want to, without any kind of flash or dash.
Yep. So first ban here from Hawaii is the Ornn. We've been seeing that a lot. I think actually Yellow Cactus has gotten that banned out almost every single game against him. That is the Malphite, and I would expect this third ban to be the Heimerdinger against Pipisu. But yeah, Yellow Cactus has been getting just a lot of bans drawn toward him this entire tournament so far.
Yeah, I'm noticing a lot of top bans immediately. I do know that Hawaii does priority their top lane, specifically Camille, pretty consistently. So I'm wondering if they're maybe just trying to lock out Yellow Cactus of any Camille counters. In which case we should see a Camille ban on the side.
Yeah,
of
I would hope that UNM bans Camille here. Even in Mountain West, she isn't picked up that much, which is surprising. But in LCS and in the LCK and literally every pro league in the world, Camille is pretty much 100% pick ban and more on the 100% ban than, pick. She is incredibly strong. And hopefully this last ban is the Camille. We have seen, or the surprising thing I'm going to say is the Seraphine ban here from UNM. I guess they were worried about the just first pick Instalock Seraphine from Hawaii.
Yeah, and see, there's the Camille ban. Yeah.
But
honestly, not too surprising.
Yeah, with the nerfs on Seraphine, I'm not sure if she should be first picked. And even if she is first picked, I feel like there's still a lot of really strong power picks that can be responded to in the second phase or the first phase red side pick ban here.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big things is that like with the Seraphine nerfs, they're really rough. On top of that, you can just pick a tank support if they go for it. Like Leona and Ro are both still open along with the Alistar.
Yeah, and
we've seen UNM play.
Alistar is sort of an I Drink Bathwater signature pick. I think he got banned out of it all of last series against Wyoming. They did not want to see him on the cow.
That's why I'm a little confused about the Seraphine priority there, but it should be. I mean, ultimately, it's not too bad. The Galio being picked up, a huge character can be flexed in both the mid and the support.
Yep.
Honestly, not too surprising of a first pick.
A good first pick there from Hawaii, and we've actually seen a lot of, as I said before, 5 Galio bans over 9 games, and then 2 Galio pickups. That was on the games that were scheduled.
Garen.
That's interesting.
I was not prepared for this one.
Yeah.
This is the...
I know I think he's an S tier solo queue pick right now. I think he's very strong. But I'm not entirely certain about that pickup here.
I mean, you are leaving yourself pretty open in the top lane. Assuming the Garen is going to the top lane, which I don't imagine he would be going anywhere else. Seeing this kind of pick.
You can kind of Garen jungle, but it's not good. And here we have the Gnar picked up just as a counter because UNM picked their solo lane in first rotation.
Yeah, and Garen can deal with the poke of Gnar, but it usually is a little rough for him early. So Garen, as long as he plays safe early, should be fine.
Well, it's going to be rough for him early, and then Gnar is just going to be better in team fights with his ultimate.
I have a feeling that UNM is going to be playing their kite back, don't engage, take fights that we want kind of comps that they continue to play. And so maybe they're literally just looking for a Garen split push here. Like, just, he never leaves lane. At some point, he doesn't die. He draws so much attention that his team can just kind of do whatever they want. However, and with the Senna Lilia, they can just kind of engage from a distance or heal.
Gnar is going to be able to stop the split push pretty easily, I'm going to say. Morgana, the first ban here from UNM. I don't hate that. I believe Krusty is known for his Enchanter supports. I don't know if he's known for his Morgana supports or not. I think he's played a lot of Lulu, a lot of Nami so far.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to assume that UNM's not too worried about it, like a Lulu Nami being super impactful in the lane.
I suppose that is the Morgana is just that does shut down since no support has been picked up here for UNM. They could also still go the Alistar or, any of those supports, and the Morgana really does shut those down. So
Right.
that's a decent ban. J4, I'm not entirely certain about that ban. I have to assume Ivane only plays it or something. I am not sure. I'm pretty sure that J4 has only been picked twice in Mountain West, and one of those was the Game 2 last week against us by Wyoming. If you do in fact remember that one.
Yeah, that Jarvan pick was highly questionable. There was, I just worry
Yeah.
more than anything about the idea of that. Like, Jarvan himself can be a really good pick, but Jarvan support is a just one of those it's theoretical kind of deals where
Yeah.
playing it versus talking about how good it could be are two different things entirely.
And that the last two bans here from Hawaii are Set and Oriana, targeting Pipisu. They're in the mid lane. Leona here picked up for I Drink Bathwater. I actually really like that. Not
Leona's
as
such a good
much
character.
against Senna or with Senna, but I do think that Leona's just a very strong pick right now. Rel coming out.
Finally, somebody is playing around. Oh man,
She
I've been seeing
picked.
the
She was
praises.
picked No, she was not picked at all on Saturday, but she was banned once on Saturday. I don't remember who played her. It might have been Krusty, or was banned against Krusty, and then Mantheon here.
Even after the nerfs, wow.
I believe that's Mantheon jungle. Actually, that will be super interesting to see.
Here, I'm actually really excited to see the Rel and Leona matchup. It's a pretty good skill matchup. Rel, of course, stealing all of Leona's armor and magic resist. Leona doing a lot of CC. Rel doing the same thing. It really just kind of comes down to who can hit their abilities more consistently and which ADCs can follow up better. And in this, I actually do give it to the Rel Kaisa over the Senna Leona.
Hey, that's a Garen mid.
Wow. We live in a world
We live in a
full of surprises.
We live in a simulation specifically designed to.
So Pipisu is definitely one to really just kind of whip out random mid laners that no one else plays.
Yeah, we've seen him on the Graves mid. We've seen him on the Set mid, which I'm gonna say the Set
He's
mid.
a big fan of the AD mids.
Set mid isn't the worst thing. It was meta at one point. Not sure about anymore, but it was.
I mean, he won with it.
I am a little bit worried about the everyone on Hawaii is basically AD. There is the Galio, but Galio isn't a huge damage source, really.
Right. Like, I have a feeling that you're going to see a lot of itemization on the side of Garen, Maokai, and Leona more towards that AD than any of the AP because there's just not as much going on there. The Kaisa, of course, doing a little bit of mixed damage, but it's not, like, super concerning.
Yeah, this feels like a very good, just with the Pantheon Gnar and the Kaisa, this feels like a very good, used to be called Ninja's Tabby, now they're
Plated steel
plated
caps.
keel steel caps. I feel like that is
Yes.
a very good, this is
Yes,
a good game for that.
Huge pickup here, and I know that, like, the roaming on the side of the bottom side isn't usually super high, and so a Luna with an early plated steel caps here could be really critical in defining those early game dragons and bottom lane fights.
I am a little bit worried. This Pantheon Galio combination can get approximately halfway across the map on 3-second notice, give or take.
Yeah. Tower dives
Tower
scary.
dives will be pretty easy. Post 6, this is going to be a fairly formidable comp. Of course, it isn't just it isn't teleport, it isn't summoner spell teleport. The Galio ult and the Pantheon ult have a fairly limited range, honestly. Level 6.
Right.
Yeah, it's comparable to the Twisted Fate ultimate, where you have to be like halfway down the river already to, ult into the lanes.
But you can go into your own jungle and then ult into the lane, which can be really good versus, just walking in.
But that's also, yeah, if you're able to get there, if you only have to walk down half the river and your opponent laner has to walk down the entire river, that's still a pretty significant time difference.
Right. It's like not even close, actually.
Yeah.
Like, the time that it's going to take Lilia to catch up with the Pantheon is...
Well, maybe not
Unfortunately
Lilia, because
Well,
she moves the speed of sound.
she doesn't move that fast that early.
But
does have the speed
more
boost,
importantly, it's going to be the Garen versus Galio. That Garen, one, really is not going to be able to follow, and two, even if he tries, it's going to be mediocre, I'm going to say.
Yeah, I do think that the Garen wins the lane, just purely on the fact that he can perma-shove the Galio basically for free.
Yeah, well, he has no mana.
Exactly.
He's
so
a
he can just
manaless
kind of sit in the
champion.
lane, spin on the minions, get all the farm, and just be like, okay, you want to try to roam? You're going to lose your entire wave here. So I guess it better be worth it. And hopefully on the side of UNM, they make it so it's not worth it.
But this will also be the Garen Lilia. They can, especially post 6, they're really going to be able to murder anyone.
Yeah. Any dreams that UH have of being able to run away are dashed by both the Lilia, the Garen, Leona, and Maokai. Like, there is so much ability to just lock down somebody and be like, you cannot run. If you get caught out in the jungle, you will die.
Yep. And here we are, loaded into the game. Just need to fix a few little overlay things. This is the first time using our new overlays. And there we go. A little bit better. Not, I was told our old overlays look like otter pops, so I changed them.
Yes, well, drop shadows really in right now. So
Drop shadows are so hot right now.
We're gonna make drop shadows work. Classic 5-pointed star on the side of UH. UNM just kind of sitting in the one bush top lane.
I'm not entirely certain about this one. If they wanted to go, they should have gone.
Just gone. Yeah.
Also, not entirely certain about invading topside.
It usually just doesn't happen. But
Which,
I guess if it were to happen,
I guess it was like that is the cheekiness of that. You don't expect the invade topside, so they could have tried to get Gnar or maybe get a deep ward, and then they didn't.
Yeah, a lot of people will try to ward over the side of the red buff when you're playing blue side. So top lane will just kind of run up and throw a ward over just for funsies for a lot of that information. But UH just didn't even bother. So
well, that is a level 1 that
safe.
you see a lot in professional play. Actually, you kind of split the map where one team invades both teams invade the blue, and you just don't see each other. That one.
I'm actually surprised we're not seeing the heavy engage on the Rel level 1. I think that they really just win this early. Rel's level 1 is really good if you take her crash down. Tons of CC, a lot of damage coming in.
I have not played Rel, and so I don't know I know what she does. Of course, I watch the champion spotlight, so I'm basically a Rel main now.
As somebody who actually is a Rel main, Also, what we're seeing here in the middle lane is really surprising to me. I know that Garen has a hard time early, especially with consistent harass, and Galio's laying it on thick here.
Yeah, we did just get to see the interaction, let's say, between the Doran shield of the Galio W and then the whatever the hell the Q is called on Garen.
Yes.
where if you see the taunt coming down, you just hit your Q button, and then, well, taunt makes you attack, so you just you attack, get that silence
exactly.
down. However, as we can see, the Vokarai is able to. I guess he changed his name from I Learn Game in the past week.
Yes.
He has been able to use that Winds of War quite effectively to make sure that the Garen passive hasn't done that much, really.
Right. And Galio, not a super mana hungry champ, so he can do that fairly consistently and pretty easily for free.
It's also the passive in the early game for Garen doesn't do that much. It really, once you get the Spirit Visage, is when it really starts.
We're going to see some intense happenings here. The gank immediately into the counter gank Lily is going to be a little cut off.
And
But ultimately
directed camera sent me down bottom while that was happening, so I didn't actually get to see it. But seeing as no one died and there was a flash down on Garen, I'm going to say that was a successful gank. PPSU gaining up a little bit more. We'll have to see if Pantheon comes in the next 5 minutes to get that Justice
really
Punch
good hit
in.
here.
Luckily for PPSU, Vokarai is very low on mana.
Right. That definitely could have gone a little bit more poorly. If the Galio had Ignite instead of the teleport.
Yeah.
But honestly, still just kind of showing a bit of domination in the lane, being, a few CS up.
I mean, that's
I have a
almost
feeling after first back, it's going to be pretty good.
7 CS. That's an entire wave up. That is actually a fairly big deal here. Pantheon coming in bot. Looking for something. That's a flash in. That's a two-man stun. Me and Willie 69 at a quarter HP. He's going to die. First blood going over to Well. Now I drink bathwater. Going to be the next target. He should be fine. They don't want to dive level 4.
Interestingly enough, before the patch went live on the PvE, they were looking to maybe change up Rel's stuff so basically they just unequivocally buffed her this last patch, whereas on the PvE they didn't just throw in the buffs, they threw in a couple of nerfs here and there on different other things, but the live patch actually just has Rel with pure buffs. So I think it's a really good pick here, and we just saw how much CC and damage that was in the bot lane.
I mean, that was, I'm going to say, the equivalent of an Alistar Headbutt Pulverize combo. And then
functionally, yeah,
doing more, I'm going to say. Here we're seeing Yellow Cactus go in. That's, top lane.
Typical top lane wet noodle fight. Nothing happening there. Nothing serious. Anyway.
I'm pretty sure the directed camera really likes CC going down onto targets. So a lot of the times you'll watch these wet noodle fights and you'll be like, directed camera, why are we watching this? And then you're like, oh, because it's a Maokai versus a Gnar. They're just hitting each other with CC and doing like 50 damage to each other.
Yeah, and Maokai will heal up, so will the Gnar.
Yeah,
call it a day.
I mean, actually, Yellow Cactus, they're both at full HP, which is somewhat surprising. It looks like the Gnar has backed once. Yellow Cactus has not. He should be looking for a back fairly soon. He's on 45 CS. That should be
the Innocent side of UNM did set up a bunch of vision and looked like they were poised for the dragon, but ultimately did not end up going for it. They do ping out the Pantheon up on the top side. It looks like they want to do something on this bottom side, but just not sure what their plan is exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I think the plan here is scale up a little bit more. Rel going in, only getting 2. Medium Willie 69 might be able to trade a little bit back. I drink bathwater, trying to get in range for the Q.
And the Rel passive shield there, just eating up all the damage. Literally nothing was done there to the Rel.
Yeah, if that snare hit from the Senna, it might have been a lot more damage going down. And here it looks like PPSU finally getting a little bit of control of that wave after his backs. A roam from Galio, maybe looking to see if something was going down bottom, seeing the deer down there.
There's a pretty good chance that we really don't see anything happening in this game until the dragon fight pops up.
Yeah.
And right now it looks like UNM is much more poised to win that fight based purely on the vision.
However, they are down to, that's a 1,000 gold lead here at about 8 minutes for the University of Hawaii. Gamkazul just kind of walked up into auto range. That's going to be some damage down on him. Rel taking actually a lot, going down to half HP now, even more. Now there's a dive top also. That's going to be Yellow Cactus going down now back to the bot lane. Krusty very low. He's going to have to jump out. The heal coming down from Gamgazuli.
I actually think if he jumped in there, they probably got that kill. Straight up. The entire time Krusty was just baiting them into it. I'm pretty sure he had the crash down available that whole fight. But was just like, I'm just gonna fight them on the horse until I need to get off the horse. There's like no reason to not be on the horse. Which is pretty intense there.
Yeah. However, also Medium Willie 69 still has both summoners available. So I'm not, the crash down maybe would have gotten I Drink Bathwater. That's
looks
really
like
aggressive. Ivane only might die here. There's the Senna. Oh, the Galio
doesn't
is
quite get
here. Pipisu is also here. Now they're trying to run down
the
Vokurai.
heroic entrance with a heroic save.
Yeah, that was like 2 HP on the Pantheon. Lilting Lullaby is available. Looks like they're not going to do it. And I'm OPA Epra actually getting that blue buff. Unfortunate for him, he does not actually need I Drink Bathwater. Going in level 5, that's a huge magnetic ultimate. Now very low, Krusty going to go down, but now I'm OPA Ephra getting one onto Didicus. Yellow Cactus going to be the next one to go down. Pipisu is in, he's going to die as well. And that was a 4 for 1. Absolute disaster for UNM.
The Rel, huge again, coming out with so much CC. The magnetic discharge followed immediately by the tether break, and then the crash down to follow it all up with. Like, it didn't even start with the crash down.
And that was
huge.
Also, the difference there, I Drink Bathwater, not level 6.
Right.
Didn't have access to the Solar Flare. That would have been huge in that choke point. Probably would have gotten 3 members, and a Lilting Lullaby bought time for that to go down. But instead, it was just kind of UNM running in, trying to do enough damage, and just there's quite a bit of AoE.
Yeah, they wanted to bait him in. They had the 4v3, but then just couldn't get the damage down because they were CC'd for so long.
Yeah. I mean, they're also, the Garen is not particularly doing that much damage right now. Neither, honestly, the 4-man unit there from UNM, at this point in the game
was the most
is not doing that much.
There. Yeah. So. Lilia was providing the most damage in that fight there. They definitely did not have the Senna. And I guess, honestly, that's a little concerning about the comp overall because it's not like the Senna is providing a huge amount of DPS either.
Well, the Senna ult did come down and very nearly got the Pantheon at the beginning of that fight.
Right. Honestly, I think they should have just gotten the blue buff and left. The Yellow Cactus got a little greedy at the end of that.
Well, they did. That's kind of what they tried to do, but with I Drink Bathwater, wanting to re-engage there. I don't hate the fight. The 4v5 generally is going, or the 4v4 was generally going to go, I'm going to say, in the side of Hawai'i, just kind of based on team comp at the moment.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they have a Pantheon, and it's 11 minutes.
They have a Pantheon and a Rel.
Yeah.
Just so much CC. They have the taunt from the Galio. Like, looking at it now, after we've seen a couple fights, there's just so much CC.
I mean, this is also just kind of an early game comp from University of Hawaii. Gamgazuli isn't the Kaisa isn't the biggest late game carry. She used to be at one point, but because of just her low range, the Kaisa really does kind of fall off at the later stages of the game, especially against the Garen.
Something you'll notice also up in the top lane is the farm difference on top of the kill difference. Gnar is in a commanding lead. Like, it's not even close at this point in the game. Looks like we're going to see like a 3-man top, but honestly, if Gnar plays it well, he could probably just leave. He's so far ahead.
Okay, well, the Gnar did just become sleepy, I think that's the term.
Ooh.
Oh, that was really close.
That was very close. I don't believe that they... Oh, no, they did have vision. Rel just should have gone in a little earlier. Whatever.
Okay, she might not have been in range, but that could have been a disaster on top of this already 3,000 gold lead that Hawai'i has accrued.
Looks like we're going to see a lot going on in the bottom lane. here.
Yeah, okay. Didicus is here. They know Krusty Krusty's there. The
Drowsy,
Drowsy's
the
coming
Rel.
down. The Rel did not make it over the Walker Oak entrance coming in, knocking up 3. Now the Dora and Shield trying to get 1. That's Krusty going down. Bokurai should be the next one, and that's a 2-throw. Yellow Cactus on the top side. He's going to be run down by OPAF, bruh. Just a little bit more of the hyper proc, and he's going to be mega. I'm not actually sure if he wants it. That's a Gnar into the wall. And that's Yellow Cactus going down. Overall, a 2-for-1.
Yeah, I don't want to say it was disastrous for the side of UH, but it definitely wasn't good, that's for sure. Gnar picking up the kill honestly made it a lot better here, but really they were just playing super ahead in the bot lane and just like did not respect the amount of people coming down to deal with them. It was definitely another 3v4, but this time they did have the Senna.
Yeah, they tried to... I mean, it was also the Rel tried to get over the wall and just didn't. Which definitely did not help them. Here, Krusty might be looking to go in. He does and does not actually hit anything. Curse of the Mask Blackness going in. Krusty now going under the tower. I drink bathwater. Very low. Didicus is here. Watch out. Eep coming down. Gazuli, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
now, Yellow Cactus is getting run down again. Second charge from Shelly in the top lane, and Yellow Cactus is at half HP. I'm OPAF, bruh. Does not have Gnar available yet. But that's... the top lane is not going good. Krusty getting dove here. I don't think they want that.
Dive onto a Rel? Why would you dive onto the Rel of all people?
Now,
that
Medium
was
Willie 69 is going to go down, and that's actually going to be even worse for Yellow Cactus, because he's now not where he's supposed to be because he tried teleporting in to save his bot lane, who decided to dive.
Yeah, diving the Rel of all people seems like not a good plan because of the CC again present, and you just saw how disastrous that was. As soon as you get caught underneath the tower, you just get dealt with
Krusty? You okay. She's gonna be fine, but it was a little sus.
Yeah,
okay,
the Magnet Storm coming out.
All right, I think we're going to see a really... Yeah, look at that skill there from Garen.
Flash QR.
I'm not sure if he really needed to flash Q ult them. I think he could have just kept running at them. But yep, that's Garen 4-1. I kind of hadn't been watching. He's the one person with kills on UNM at the moment.
Well, it's kind of like a free execute, so, you know, anyone gets low in a fight, you come out with kills pretty easily as Garen, and then you just press Q and run out.
Oh, I'm more, yeah. I don't know if he needed that flash there. I think he could have probably.
No, I think he probably didn't, but, you know, when you're this behind as UNM, you're kind of just looking for whatever.
Yeah, this is a 4,000 gold difference here at 16 minutes into the game, which is absolutely massive for... yeah.
Anyway,
sorry, I was trying to read chat at the same time as talk, and I apparently can't do that. Krusty getting a little bit of damage. Let's check in on Senna souls. The one thing that I learned very recently is Senna gets 62 gold per soul, and she currently has 29 souls. So 60 times 30 is a number, and that does make up a little bit for the gold lead. Hero's entrance going in. We're fighting over here. Yellow Cactus going to go down first. Ibane only getting that kill. Now a huge 5-man Drowsy Pipisu in the middle of a lot of them. Gazuli going to go massive, getting a double kill there. And that's an ace.
Batman. That is bad.
Yeah, that's absolutely a disaster here. I was a little confused about the hero's entrance there for a second, and mostly because directed camera didn't show me the fight.
Yeah, I mean, Rel in particular, Krusty just said, "Hey, I'm going in," and the rest of UH was like, "Oh, okay," and then there they went.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give the I'm gonna say the Kiwi Kid Award here to the Rel so far. You know, has she inted a little bit? Maybe. She is the vast majority of her team's deaths. But she's also helped with pretty much every single kill. So, you know.
You know, if If starting a fight means you die, but then you also win the fight, you take those.
Yeah, I mean, she was the only person from
Here
UH
she goes again.
Who had Rel going in. Now the Pantheon is here. Medium Willie 69 should be able to get out of this. The move speed from that Curse of the Black Mist, which I think is what that ability is called, is absolutely massive. If I'm OPAF, bro, it's just going to get spun to 1 down, I think.
No, unfortunately the cooldowns are a little low, and even though Gnar does not have Mega Gnar up, the speed from Hyper is just going to get him out of there pretty easily.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Pipisu. He wants that shutdown. That would be almost 1,000 gold into his pocket, just from the 300 with the kill, and then another 600 on top of that. Yellow Cactus now in the 1v1 versus Vokarai. Probably a bit more where he wants to be. Vokarai is not going to be able to kill him. The sustained damage really isn't there like you really, really need to burn down a Maokai.
Yeah, and also one thing to really note here is that we're looking at about a 26-minute soul point or so.
Yeah, and
which is really good on the side of UH.
Plus a 6,000 gold lead, which is going to make the fighting any of the soul or fighting any of the dragons, and particularly the soul, even harder. We're seeing pings here onto Yellow Cactus.
What's really atrocious is since the Rel is just kind of diving in and just doing everything that she can to disrupt a fight, having double mountain here is going to be really good for UH2. So UNM really needs to attempt to not lose these dragons.
Yeah, okay.
Without also losing the game.
Yellow Cactus in the 1v3. He needs to just give up this turret, and it looks like he is. He defending pings onto the tier 2. And that's going to be the 3rd turret going down for UNM. 3-0 in turrets here at 20 minutes.
UH, UNM has no turrets.
7,000 gold lead here. 2 dragons to 0. 14-5 in kills. Things aren't looking great for UNM, I'm going to say. However, this is about when Pantheon starts falling off. So we do have that going for us.
Yes. Ultimately, Pantheon is just going to try to jump on to somebody in the backline, but he won't be able to make it, and so he'll just end up jumping onto the Leona or the Garen and then do nothing because he's on the Leona and the Garen.
Yeah.
Or the Maokai. Either one. Any of them.
Didicus is going to start doing a lot more damage. We already see the Leandri's finished for him, plus a Seeker's Arm Guard. That's going to be a decent amount of survivability for him, as well as a little bit closer to the Zhonya's Hourglass.
What you're also seeing, though, is that Rel has her mythic item, and Leona does not. Leona's not even close to their mythic item here.
Yeah, she took that detour for the
Bramble.
Yeah, for the Bramble Vest.
Which I don't necessarily agree with. Sure, they do have...
Oh.
Gotta pause. They do have a lot of AD, and I respect that. I think the plated steel caps would have been better than the Mobies here, and then finish your mythic into the Bramble after that.
Yeah. Doing some quick maths in this pause on my calculator. The 60 or the 39 souls that Medium Willie 69 currently has at 62 gold per soul, which is... I have opinions about that. I'm not gonna.
That's a lot of gold.
Yeah,
that's how much. That's like a cannon minion.
Yeah, that's how much gold a soul is worth. But also with the reduced drop rate, if you are farming on Senna, you're pretty much only getting a soul every cannon minion.
That's fair.
So it's basically double cannon minion plus. The reason the souls are fine is because you don't scale off of anything but them, right?
Right.
So
it makes sense.
Yeah, it's generally fine.
Especially when you're behind 20 farm and 3 kills also.
But 39 times 62 is 2,418. So if we just take a little look at gold differentials, we can say that because Medium Willie 69 right now is behind in gold by, what is that?
Almost 2,000?
1,700, 2,000, give or take. He's actually up by 400 gold. So really, with all of these souls, I mean, he's up a whole longsword. So
well,
Volcarai going in. He somehow did get the deer there. That was a decent amount of damage from that.
Yeah, just the taunt did a ton of damage.
Yeah. I'm not really sure if he's the one who wants to go in, since he can't Hero's entrance himself. So,
right. Yeah, you definitely want the Rel to be the one who's just basically inting for an engage.
well, at this point, you want the Pantheon to be basically inting for the engage.
I mean, either one.
Because that is Pantheon's champion.
I think UNM's looking to trade Dragon for Baron here.
That's an option. Okay, the Rift Herald has been summoned in the bot lane. Someone will have to respond to that. Otherwise, that will take
There goes DPC.
bot lane turret and at least half of the inhib turret. Didicus looking for something up here.
That does mean that UNM can't go for that.
Is alive. Okay, Didicus going in. The Gnar already down. Lilting Lullaby going down. Watch out, Eep. And this is a very, very tanky Gnar, and he's going to flash
the
out.
Hyper gets him out of that. Oh my god, the speed.
The CC layering there was bad by UNM.
Yeah. The CCs need to be layered a little bit better, and they probably could have gotten the Gnar. I think the Maokai ult could have gone out a little bit earlier there. PPC looking to be the only person contesting this and gets pinged.
Yeah. As, as they say, everyone gets 3. Right. So, UNM has 5 minutes to, I'm going to say, clean ace UHM once. And
then fight them one more time and win.
I'm going to say that is their current win con. We do see the Rage Blade coming out on the Senna. That's a fairly big 2-item power spike. She is, unironically, I'm going to say, on par with the Kaisa. I'm not entirely certain why the Kaisa only has 2 items as well. I feel like she should have more than that. Is she just sitting on a lot of gold? No.
No, she is not.
Maybe Rage Blade is just cheaper. I don't know. That's odd. I'm not entirely certain why those 2 champions are on par, but they are. So, huh.
That's fine. Again, the support difference is kind of huge here. Leona just still not having the mythic, and again, just not even being close. I'm not sure what they're going for here. Locket, I guess, would be the buy.
I would assume Locket. They really want to be in that front line with everyone else. I know Medium Willie 69, you're gonna die here. Ivane only and Gamgazuli doing quite a bit.
Not the place you want to be.
That's actually really bad for UNM because Medium Willie 69 is kind of the only damage threat here.
Yeah, UHM immediately makes the call to go to the Baron, and it is definitely a good one because there is almost no damage on the side of UNM with this.
Yeah.
Like, Lilia can go in and attempt to steal.
Well, that's what you do. At this point, they have the vision. Lilia is around. She does have Flash Smite. She's on par with it. PPC actually going in. Gamgazuli having used everything to try and get away. And she's over the wall. And that actually stopped the Baron for right now. It's regenning a little bit. Now, heroic entrance over to getting to their Volcarai going down. Getting drowsy. Sleep here. And we see Senna is back up. And I don't know what's happening on the Baron. PPC going to go down. But they do get the kill onto who was that? The Gnar,
I think
and
that was
also the Galio.
Just a mix of calls there. Like, half the team was going over to fight them, half the team was just sticking on the Baron. Not what you want to see. Definitely should have been playing as a team there, but honestly, UNM gets a little bit from that.
UNM actually comes up on top, I think, there, seeing as they picked up 2 kills for 1, and then overall, if you add in the Medium Willie 69 catch on top of that, it's at 2 for 2 overall, which actually is good for UNM. That's just more money into their pockets.
In those fights, especially when you're getting the shutdown bonuses on the side of Gnar. Like, Gnar dying there, huge.
Yeah. Plus, we see that I Drink Bathwater finally has his Mythic.
Hey, let's go.
Plus
Mythic, and then should be another, Giant Spell.
Yeah, plus a Giant Spell. That's going to be, she's going to be
It makes me wonder,
pretty,
did the Leona get the kill on the Gnar?
Yes. I'm going to say yes. Only because I also see the chat where it says, I drink bathwater, it gets the shutdown on it. I'm OPAF.
Yeah, that's not exactly where you want to see the gold.
I don't hate it right here, just because that does make, we can look at the gold, and that makes Leona more or less on par with Krusty Krusty, which, seeing as that was the biggest difference in the game, really, right there. I don't hate it, just because having that mythic is so much more powerful than even with just a second item or a third item
Yeah.
on anyone else.
Yeah, suddenly the team fight becomes a lot more even on that side, a lot more viable with the Locket Shield.
I'm not going to say it's winnable, or it's definitely more winnable. I don't give them particularly good odds of winning
Yeah,
it.
they're still 7k behind here.
Yeah, just because of how massive that gold lead is.
And soul points coming up very quickly.
But it's definitely...
Nar does have TP here, so he has a lot of pressure up on the top side. There's
Yellow
Matt.
Cactus does too, and we can see him walking up top, but now two people are mid, while the only person there for UNM is I Drink Bathwater.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of vision gathering here, a lot of just kind of posturing towards this dragon.
Yeah. And 30 seconds
Nar
to
actually
go.
gets that tower really low.
This is the last chance that anyone really has to back to get their final items. And no one's particularly sitting on a lot of gold, with the exception of Yellow Cactus sitting on 1,700. He does have TP. We're seeing him back here. He's going to try and TP from base after maybe finishing an item. UNM
This
somehow
is going to be a big
does
fight
have
here.
vision here.
This is going to be
Crazy,
kind of a
wide.
fight to decide the course of the next game. I think if UH wins here, they just kind of win in general.
Okay, Krusty getting locked up. That's half of his damage and almost going to die from Pipisu ulting. Now a good solar flare, but no one is there from UNM. I'm OPAF getting a really good Gnar into the wall. Now I Drink Bathwater on the front line, melting very quickly. That was a huge ultimate down from Volcarai. Even more damage coming out from everyone. Already 2 members of UNM going down. Didicus and Yellow Cactus trying to get something. Yellow Cactus able to trade one back. Didicus looking to trade another one. Yellow Cactus going to go down here. No, he heals so much, but now Gam Gazuli able to get that one. Didicus is here. So is Medium Willie 69. That's a lot of damage there onto Gam Gazuli. He's able to get the double kill to pick up Didicus. This fight has gone on for so long, and UHM came out on top in a pretty convincing way, I'm going to say.
Like, the fight was kind of close, but it also kind of wasn't, and, you know, that's kind of a testament to how well UNM played that fight, but also, like, a testament to how well, or how far UH is just ahead. Like,
yeah,
they just kind of went through the entire team, back to front.
Yeah,
and UNM just didn't do anything with most of it.
UNM played how their team comp really wants to play, with the exception of Pipisu going in very early, and, you know, there was a really good solar flare from I Drink Bathwater that hit 3 people, and no one was there to capitalize. Like, if the team wasn't being just disrupted by the Gnar there, that would have been a really good solar flare.
I mean, it was functionally a 1v4 with the Gnar just taking the entire team and being like,
and
whatever.
He's had really good Narbar, the rage, just really good rage management this game. He needed to turn into Mega Gnar right when he did in that fight. Got a really good ult to do buy even more time for his team to come and help. And I mean, he was right in the middle of 3, right next to a wall when he did it, so it's really hard to miss those.
And also the execute on the Rel just like didn't go off.
Yeah.
There wasn't an execute there, and so Rel actually made it out of the fight and continued to be like a imposing force throughout the entire thing.
And I don't think she actually died at all.
No, she didn't.
And if she did go down early there, UNM was looking to just kind of reset, pull back, 1v5 that Gnar, and then try and take the fight again. But because that execute didn't go down, it was really just a disaster from there.
Yeah, I think UH's path to victory is pretty clear here.
I mean, they're 8,000 gold ahead, and they have the Mountain Soul, and they're doing Baron, and UNM, I assume, knows that this is happening, but there isn't much they can do to stop it. Blue team has picked that one up. Now, Krusty
actually
over
gonna
the
get
wall.
another set of kills here.
This is really bad for UNM. Oh, Volcarai actually going down. Pipisu able to pick that one up. That's a really big shutdown. Ivane only now running through the team. Gam Gazuli with a double kill. This is going to be a triple kill. Might even be a quadra kill. unable to pick up Pipisu, who ran for the hills, and that's
Actually, it might not be game,
getting
but
a
it's
quadra kill.
functionally
And
game.
I don't think there's anything that Pipisu is able to do here.
And there's the sprint vote.
Yeah, that I think is correct from UNM. As much as you don't like to see surrenders, I think that was going to be game. It was 15 seconds before anyone was up.
Yeah, 15 seconds. They
by that
UH
point they're on the
took
Nexus.
everything. Yeah, if they didn't just win. Yeah, I honestly want to say that I think UNM's comp just didn't do damage.
Yeah,
it was a huge part of that.
I'm not a huge fan of the Garen mid.
Garen mid and Senna bot.
Graves was still available when they picked the Garen, and we've seen Pipisu on Graves in the counter matchup, and done really well, honestly, into Gallios. And I think that the Graves flex pick between jungle and mid is a lot stronger than Garen.
Yeah, and it's also like the Graves flex pick here for at least UNM is probably a lot stronger than the Galio flex pick, because you just saw like Vokarai play it really well, and I would wonder if Krusty even plays it. So it's not like they could flex it, but were they?
Yeah, it's just also in general, why? Just like why Graves though?
Or why Garen?
Or yeah, why Garen though? Just like in general, like why though?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, let's take a look at the damage graph. Oh my god, yeah, it's just like not even close. For the two most damaging on the side of UH versus on the side of UNM, like the Lilia did the most damage, followed by the Senna, then the Maokai. Like the Garen didn't even do all that much damage.
Yeah. He got outplayed kind of by the Graves, I'm gonna say, overall. So that was, hold on, I need to move down to spectators. That was game one. The first game we've actually seen UNM drop this entire season so far, which is good for us.
I mean, it's a good learning opportunity, but you don't want to have these learning opportunities in like games that mean something. You know?
Yeah.
You'd rather see these in scrims.
Yeah, I completely agree. Just kind of in general. We are seeing everyone in the lobby.
So immediately what I want to see change from the side of UNM is having some kind of like DPS.
Yeah, I know UNM really likes playing all of these off meta, let's call them, mid laners. I would like to see them, maybe on meta mid laners, huh? No?
Okay, off meta mid laners, whack. But roughly okay. It happens.
Yeah.
These 80s that don't do damage or consistent damage.
Yeah, I feel like the Senate was also a little bit weird there. Like, I understand what they were going for is because they wanted that really strong front to back, with Senate being able to heal up their front line as well. But like, why? Like, I feel like that also would have been good.
Well, they banned the Jhin, but like,
I don't know. Like, okay, pick Misfortune. You have a really, really solid front line. Like, can you imagine those team fights if there was like a bullet time over it, like with the Solar Flare and the Maokai ultimate and, Garen spinning, disrupting? Like, that would have been amazing. Instead, like, I don't hate Senna. I
don't either. I just don't think that she provides enough for a team, especially that low on damage.
Yeah, especially in that team comp, they needed something else. And here we are into pick ban of 2. And hold on, need to
just getting fired out.
Yeah, need to switch over
roughly the same bands
logos. Actually, a little bit different. We are seeing the Diana as the third band here from UHM, University of Hawaii.
Diana Galio.
The Galio being banned. I understand that one. The Camille. We also know Heimerdinger bans have been thrown out here for PPC. I almost wonder if that would have been better for last game.
Yeah, a lot of DPS there. It certainly would have been pretty good. With the Seraphine pick here, I honestly go with the Rel again. If you're UH, like, it was so good.
Yeah, and we're seeing
Oh, yeah,
Jin Orianna. I'm going to say that's
Pretty
really good. The Orianna is the only mid laner really in the meta that PPC plays. Plus, I think Orianna is just a really safe blind pick in general. Orianna is that champion that, like, 5 bans on each team has gone to the mid lane, and the enemy team has picked the mid lane away, and you go, oh, okay, I play Orianna.
Yeah. Pretty much no matter what gets played into Orianna, you're like, okay, I can mix up my playstyle here to kind of fit the lane.
Yeah. Because she can push out the bot. She can push out the lane really well. Her ult's super impactful. She can throw shields onto people. Like, really good just utility champion. Does it all. Not even a utility
there's the
champion.
Graves. Where was that last game?
And this is a really weird champion select here from UNM with the Graves and the Rumble. Because I have no idea where either of those two champions... Honestly, I have no idea where any of these 3 champions are going from UNM.
Yeah, they could go pretty much anywhere except top lane. I mean, except for Rumble, who could go top lane also.
Yeah, the Seraphine is almost definitely going to be in the bot or support position, and that Graves is probably being in the mid position.
Yeah. But they don't have to.
Yeah, we've seen... I mean... Last draft also, we've seen some weird drafts from UNM, and
yeah, I mean these weird drafts do catch people off guard. Like if UH doesn't know how to play against wacky drafts and like weird lanes, then UNM is at a pretty good advantage. But it definitely seems like UH knows how to play against some wacky stuff.
It also seems that UH knows that this Seraphine's probably not going to drink bathwater, seeing as the Lulu ban is going out. And I somewhat agree with them, just because I know Medium Willie 69 has been playing a lot of Seraphine bottom. And that was nerfed a little bit on the patch, but not too bad.
Yeah, and Seraphine Lulu is a really good combo. Actually, UH banning out the Kaisa.
Seraphine Sona is also incredibly toxic to play against.
Shields for days. Just play Rel. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I almost do hope that they do ban the Rel here. Oh, wait, no. They already picked up a Morgana with an Orianna. That's a Morgana support.
Right. They don't need to ban the Rel. But I'm just saying, like, if you're going up against one of those kind of shieldy, enchanty lanes, just play the Rel. And then laugh as you run around not taking damage.
No.
Is it the flex? The flex of a century?
I don't think this is going to be it.
No.
Okay, there's the Jarvan 4.
Okay, so apparently they definitely are flexing on some level.
Ivane only does apparently play Jarvan 4, and that's why we saw the ban from last game. Plus, I do like the Jarvan 4 with the ball delivery system for Orianna.
Right. There's a pretty good team comp of Bruin on the side of UH for just getting in there and pressing the R button.
This is a good team fight team comp. It is very straightforward. These 4 champions so far, they want to fight, and their fight is really easy. It's they go in.
Right. Picking the Jarvan into the Rumble, really questionable on some level, because if you're caught in there with anyone else, then you also get the blunder.
Yeah, the blender becomes much spicier.
Yeah, it's a spicy blend.
And the
some
Cho'Gath.
salsa ruin.
Okay, so that's a Graves jungle and a Seraphine bot lane with the Alistar, and then I guess Rumble top Cho'Gath mid? Maybe?
Yeah, I mean, they, again, could flex it either way. A lot of AP on the side of UNM on this one, except for the Graves.
Yeah, they have a significantly higher damage team comp now, though.
Yes,
their damage,
they opted for the 1 tank.
Yes, the damage isn't as consistent, I'll say, because they don't have a true AD carry. Like Graves does a really dumb amount of damage. Rumble, you can, if you're bad on Rumble, you don't do anything. But like if you're good on Rumble, you 1v9. And then Cho'Gath, probably one of the higher... He got nerfed on this patch because he was actually the highest win rate top lane, even though he was the lowest pick rate. And I was telling people, I says, as I says to them, I says you should be picking Cho'Gath. It's free low, 54% win rate. I says If you want Freelo and and you play top, I says you pick Cho'Gath.
Hey, listen, I've been saying, you know what I says? I says you pick Rel. That's Freelo right there. You know, you go into the bottom lane as a support, you pick Rel.
Yeah. I do like the bot lane here a little bit more from UHM. The Jhin Morgana, I think, is just better than Seraphine Alistar.
Yeah, I mean, Morgana just kind of shutting down a lot of what they want to do in the bot lane. There is a good chance that, you know, you can just break the Black Shield with the Seraphine and then have the Alistar do stuff, but that wastes a lot of precious time.
It also or a lot of the Seraphine damage is kind of in those high notes from her. So
Right.
if you throw all of your damage into breaking a shield, this isn't a super high damage bot lane. I'm not super worried about this bot lane. I think it could go either way. Like if there's a really good setup from Seraphine into the Alistar, the Jhin dies.
Personally, I think it's just kind of going to be a snooze fest, and
Yeah.
the supports are going to go look for things literally anywhere else because
Yeah.
there's a lot of like counter play on both sides that they can do. So ultimately, I wouldn't take too much into it. Like I'd be like, this spot lane, nothing's gonna happen. We're just gonna kind of, you know, handshake it out and leave and go somewhere else.
The Cho'Gath also has a pretty easy build path, I'm going to say, with Jarvan for Wukong. That's all AD in the top lane. You just build a Bramble Vest first, and then you build the Frozen, what used to be called Frostfire Gauntlet, and is now called something else.
The Frozen Fist.
Yes.
You know, everyone knows it.
I've been seeing a lot of Wukong here from kind of just everyone except for UNM in the Mountain West, and I have no idea why, frankly.
I haven't seen a Wukong win a game in either my solo queue games, in any of the games we've watched. It just doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
I think you pick it for the ult.
I kind of see it with the Jarvan Orianna. It's another ball delivery system, but like we've seen it a lot here in Mountain West, and just kind of like why? Like I feel like there are better top laners who do not similar things. He's the only person who can hit the R button twice, but like I don't. It's maybe we just have a conference filled with Wukong top mains. I don't know.
I mean, it could just be a comfort pick for a lot of people. Maybe they, you know, when Wukong was really strong top lane, they were just like, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna get Freelo. You know, they basically took what you said about Cho'Gath and was like, nah, Wukong.
And I mean, he's not a particularly difficult champion to play. He does have interesting quirks, but it's not a. I'm not.
I do love the press S and stand there without actually throwing your clone.
It's not as bad
Wukong
as it
move.
like the new Wukong. Like old Wukong was definitely harder to play. New Kong is a little bit easier, just because animations are I'm gonna say easier to hit this time. Something you will notice once we load into the game is I don't think anyone here on two mastery locked Jarvan 4 and the Jhin, and I'm pretty sure that these are all Smurfs. Like I don't think this is the actual like mains of any of these players from UHM.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Honestly, God, I just really like the fact that UHM can just go into a fight and press R. It's such an easy to execute thing, and in League of Legends, the easier it is to execute, not at like the pro level, the better off you are.
Yeah, I also really like that, and I think that is also something that teams in collegiate need to learn how to do. Like I think
or at least deal with if they're not going to do it themselves.
Well, I think there's two things that you want to do in collegiate, and this is from a coaching perspective. I was coach of the UNM esports team 2 years ago before I got into casting, and one of the if you're looking at a team since nothing is happening on the map, I'm just going to talk about this. If you're looking at a team's op.gg, you pull up I'm OPA's AFRA, iVayne only, Vokarai, Guillaume Gazuli, Krusty. You pull them up, put them all into op.gg. And this applies to Clash as well. You look at all of them, and you see, okay, this person has XYZ comfort pick. And you should ban that. Especially if it depends. But if they're like a one-trick pony comfort pick, ban it. Because if they're, let's take Elegant Cabbage, for example. If you look at this is a lot of damage going down onto PP.
So much damage. Oh my god, and the phase rush proccing.
Ooh, that he might have to back.
Yeah, that was a really, Rumble just kind of walked at the Orianna.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird. Here we see top lane doing top lane things. I'm OPA getting a lot of damage, but that's also, I think that's this matchup.
True.
Well, I think that's kind of every matchup into Cho'Gath. Oh, there's
just try to bully early.
You just go in. Here, Krusty actually doing a lot. I drink bathwater. You don't want to be against that wall. You can't dodge this, and that's going to be a lot of extra damage. Now, more damage going in on top. I'm OPAF right going down to 100 HP. I feel like that's a little bit dangerous for him. Level 2 is coming out for the bot lane. PPSU managed to chug all of his potions.
5 CS lead here? Half a wave? Almost? Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunate for UHM, they are pushing the wave, I think. So,
yeah,
fine.
Farming with Seraphine under tower is pretty hard. So I think that they want to do that on purpose, at least for now, until it gets progressively easier for Seraphine to farm under tower.
But going back to what I was saying, now that it looks like everything has slowed down a little bit, we're seeing J4 going into the mid lane. So let's see what they're doing. PPSU does have flash. He's not going to use it. Is going to use it now. And Vokarai flashing in and getting first blood. He needed to flash just earlier.
Yeah.
He should have just flashed the flag and drag. It should have been a really easy flash for him. And he just, there was nothing about that should have been hard to flash.
I think what we're seeing here is a really big ego check for UNM. You notice PPSU is just I can outplay this. I'm good. And just kind of doing stuff. But Vokarai just also knows what they're doing.
Yeah. It makes me worried that UNM is going to be the this is so many bindings that Medium Willie has just taken.
Yeah.
It's a little bit worrying if UNM is going to be that team that separates the good teams from the bad teams, right?
Yeah,
we're obviously we're obviously good enough. This is a lot of damage I'm onto. I'm OPAF, bruh. He's going to
but also a lot of damage straight back onto Yellow Cactus.
Yeah. Didicus is coming in here. There goes smoke screen. Knockup did not hit. I'm OPAF, bruh. Just used a clone, so he's going to have to flash out. Didicus flashing forward as well. He has phase rush. He's looking for something. I don't think he's going to get it. Oh, no. That buys a lot of space for Yellow Cactus, though. He's going to be able to free farm this wave. Didicus looking for a little bit more. Headbutt Pulverize missing here for I Drink Bathwater. And just another binding.
Yeah, just so many bindings hitting.
I Drink Bathwater is tanking that one up. They're 20 CS down here in the bot lane. Really makes you wish that, that was so close. That's a really big that Guillaume Gazuli did not get that.
Yeah.
I Drink Bathwater. Okay, he's going to be able to make it out. That's still.
The flash being down is rough, but also they get tower plate here. Bot lane's behind 20 farm.
Yeah.
And just even the fact that they could have gotten that kill with just one more AD, scary.
Yeah, that was 1 HP, just straight up. Yeah, we're up to a 1,300 gold lead here for UHM at 6 minutes, which is not good. I Drink Bathwater going to get found out. He's level 3 to level 6 of Vokarai.
Yeah.
Luckily for him, no one else was around. PPSU not quite level 6. I'm OPAF.
Wow, the early Sark boots on the Morgana really just being like, yeah, I'm hitting all these bindings. I'm just gonna go for kills.
Yeah. Where I'm expecting to see the Imperial Mandate Morgana. It does so much damage from the amount of bindings she's hit. Yeah, this is going to be a rough run from UNM. I'm thinking.
They could pull it back on a fight here. Like one good fight for them could change it.
Oh yeah, this isn't a terrible lead. 1,000 isn't what you want to see here at these early stages. But we're also, if one good skirmish goes their way, that's not that hard for them to come back. This is also just a very mid-game skirmish comp here from UNM. So, I mean, it's also a mid-game skirmish comp from UHM. So,
I mean, Morgana's just walking up, and like she has so much pressure, and then instead of like just holding onto the Q for even more pressure, she just throws it and lands them.
Yeah. We're seeing the.
Oh my god!
Oh, that was max range. Just into more.
Like this.
Wilkerai getting the blender down. That was a missed equalizer. Now PPCU going to die. Medium Willie 6'9", very low. Going to dodge out of everything there, and she'll be okay. I don't know about staying. That's a knockback into the turret, but that might kill Medium Willie 6'9". He has to flash. I drink bathwater. Going to get the stun off now. Trying to get a little bit more. Didicus is down here very low. High note coming out. I drink bathwater once more. Medium Willie 69 going to die. That was a good Thunder
Gamma
Dome.
class Demacia moment.
Right good dunk. And now I'm OPAF up there in the top lane because Yellow Cactus teleported down. They do have a good smite here from the Yellow Cactus.
Yeah, Yellow Cactus is actually going to miss a lot here.
If they're able to get the dragon, it probably isn't that. Like, he's 60. He's
Didicus
60.
has like 100 health. Oh, no, he got more.
Yeah. If they get the dragon right here... Okay, they're not going to do it. I was going to say, if they get that stack for Yellow Cactus, that's not terrible. But he doesn't even have ult right now, so...
That's actually a TP disadvantage here. Wukong's going to get it first.
Ibane only coming in for round 2. Krusty also here. Flash out from PPCU. He's dodging and dipping and weaving, and he's not going to make it out.
Yeah, the 4v1, no matter how much dodge, dipping, ducking, and dodging you're going to do, it's a rough one to escape.
Yeah, he tried there.
Yellow Cactus actually does make it back for the wave,
yeah,
which is really good.
Which is good for him. I drink bathwater is here. The cow coming in. I'm OPAF might die here. That's unfortunate that I drink bathwater did in fact get that. The Vor not quite able to get all of the monkey into the void tummy, but what can you do?
Yeah, so UH trades the Wukong for a dragon, but also the Wukong only died to the Alistair, so
yeah,
not great.
That does, however, give that should be the wave crashing in the top lane. That does solidify this lead. It does mean that this Rift Herald is going to go down for UNM because of that. PPCU again in the 1v3, but he is running towards his team. The equalizer coming out, and PPCU is going to die here. Not able to trade it for Krusty. It was close.
Yeah, it was close. Krusty definitely just like threw a binding somewhere and missed it entirely.
And here we're seeing kind of the Rumble conundrum, I'm gonna say, where you have your flash every 5 minutes, and that's your only escape tool.
Yep.
You see this a lot. Oh no, Medium Willie 69 does have her ult.
But
is in fact in a 1v4 right now.
Yeah.
And
Medium Willie does not know this. Misses the ult.
Misses.
So
okay.
Definitely gonna die now.
She's 100% dead with no chance of getting the. At least with the ult, she could have he could have gotten the return kill. Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. Just nothing there.
I drink bathwater. You can. I don't know if you want this. I mean, he has ult, but he can't get out of the Thunderdome if Ivane only wants to put it down. Didicus deciding that, top lane is the only thing that really matters at this point. If they're going to win, it's off the back of this Cho'Gath, forcing the flash out of IMOPAF, bro.
Cho'Gath sitting at level 8 with 1 stack? Is that what that is? Yeah. No.
2 stack. No, 1 stack. Yeah.
1 stack, yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's not great. Plus, his farm lead has shrunk quite a
11
bit.
minutes, 1 stack. No 10 farm lead.
Yeah.
Doesn't get the kill off the gank with Didicus. Does get the flash, but...
Graves is up 10 CS. He's down
2 kills and 2 assists.
600 gold overall, but, you know, he's up about 10 CS. I didn't actually look. The bot lane is a solid 1k gold deficit here for Medium Willie 69. Gam Gazuli going up in that lane. Yellow Cactus getting hit.
I'm
He's
OPF
taking quite a bit of damage. The Cyclone having to be flashed out of, and I'm OPAF, bro. Just going to get that solo kill.
All right, I guess we said why Wukong? There you go.
PP Suit scraping gold off of the jungle floor, getting these wolves here. He's actually managed to keep up decently okay in farm, despite being 4 kills down, or 3 kills down.
Just has a lot of more map presence. She keeps just leaving the lane to go do other things across the map.
Yeah, she's probably dumped a lot of waves into that mid, and then, you know, gone down for that 4-man dive in the bot lane on Medium Willie 69. And, yeah, I'm going to say this game is tragic. Is the operative word, I'm going to say.
I mean, on some level, you know, it's... Like I was saying, it's an ego check, you know?
It's also...
They went into this not losing anything with dominating victories all over the place.
This is also, I think, an ego check for a lot of their players of... These off-meta picks are off-meta for, like, not everyone is playing these for a reason.
Yeah, on some level, you know... Rumble mid? Yeah. Seraphine bot?
Yeah. Especially against, like...
It was doing really good, but, like, also with the patch...
Yeah, it could be just a... Maybe they just... It seems to be... This was almost a champion select from a week ago. Before Cho'Gath got nerfed, before Seraphine got nerfed. I want to say Graves got nerfed a little bit in there, too. I'm not entirely certain about that.
Here comes the TP down.
That's a teleport down from IMOPAF. Oh no, actually from Vokarai and Gam Gazuli able to get that one. Krusty might go down, and
God,
he does not. The collateral damage is not able to get it. The curtain has been called. I drink bathwater unless he's able to dodge out from everything. I don't know what that equalizer was. PP Su trying to get one onto Vokarai. He's just going to flash out. Now the Cyclone in the back line. Yellow Cactus wants to get one onto Vokarai. He should be able to get it. The Devour does land. It's a shutdown for the top laner of UNM Esports. A lot of gold going into his pockets. Krusty very low. Yellow Cactus is around, but that was at least a 2-for-1 with PP Su and... I think I drink bathwater. I think that was a 3-for-1 overall.
Well, Medium Willie also died. Yeah. So did I drink bathwater. So yeah, 3-for-1 with Dragon. We're looking at an even earlier soul point with Ocean Soul this game.
Plus, it's only a 4,000 gold lead here for
at 15 minutes.
At 15 minutes for UHM. You know, the Alistar 2-1.
Interestingly enough, Morgana went future market going to the runes, so she has negative 160 gold at the moment.
Hey, yeah, she does. That's
That's amusing. I haven't seen a futures market in quite some time.
I haven't seen it in quite some time. I don't think I've ever looked at the gold level in Spectator with someone who has futures market.
UHM just looking to kind of dominate the map at this point. They really just want to be looking for these aggro towers and kind of crack some bases, look at denying jungle farm after the towers get taken.
Yeah.
What they really need to do is, like, even though Rift after 14 minutes is, like, not as good, I think in order to crack open
it's an
these
objective.
towers, it would be really good. Yeah.
Like, straight up, it's just an objective. And at this point...
Oh my god.
If you're that... Okay, Morgana getting the... Oh, and that's going to be Krusty getting the stun onto Medium Willie 69. I Drink Bathwater just using the headbutt, and Medium Willie 6'9" gets another snare to the face.
Yeah, they do get out, though, pretty easily.
Ivane only is going in. Equalizer has been called down. It's both
I think that should be Rift there with
not
both of
doing
those.
any damage, and also didn't really hit anyone.
Yeah.
Krusty getting the snare. That probably should have been Guillaume Gazuli just going in. I think if he had the 4th shot and the Q, that would have been a kill.
Yeah, I think Gale Force 4-shot Q would have been plenty there.
I don't know if he had the 4th shot. Krusty now kind of 1v1 against I Drink Bathwater, but he should be fine. Oh, that's huge! Actually, now Guillaume Gazuli going in, and he's gonna get the kill.
Oh, he's actually gonna die because of that tower shot.
Is he?
Straight up.
I Drink Bathwater very low on mana.
Oh,
he does not have
the
flash.
old 1-2 buckle his shoe.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's a 1-for-1. That's good for UNM at this point in the game. Oh no, PPC just gonna die here. Going to the dunk zone. He took the dunk central and just dunked from there.
There goes UHM doing exactly what they need to do.
Ivane only maybe didn't want to be exactly right there.
Right. But they did crack open the mid lane, and from here they just want to seek to continue pushing their advantages. They get the top lane off of that. Cho'Gath was mid lane. Now, they're going to look at towards bottom. Dragon's up in 2 minutes. They have a commanding vision lead.
And that was also the flash from the Cho'Gath, who now, if he gets caught, doesn't have anything, and it looks like he might be getting caught here. Let's see if he's able to dodge the binding, and he's not going to need to.
He doesn't even need to. Yeah.
Cyclone is available. I'm not even sure if they're going to use it. Yep, Cyclone going down. I'm OPA up. We're almost dying. That actually
getting really low.
A little bit closer than I would have imagined. I Drink Bathwater looking for something, but he might now die. This to the flag and drag. PPC is here, and I think they'll be okay.
Idicus is just kind of running around being like, hey, I'm here, let's... Oh.
Krusty is so good with these just bindings. That was a decent equalizer. The best one we've seen all game. The collateral damage not quite able to do it.
Yeah, so here, UH backs, sets up Dragon, wins the Dragon fight, and then just takes everything.
Yeah, with
they
equalizer...
kind of have to purposely throw here.
With the equalizer down, and I don't think that will be coming up in the next minute. Devour's down. That probably is coming up in the next minute, but I think the big one here is collateral damage from Didicus is not going to be up. If UNM gets the miracle ult layering of the battle screech from Seraphine with the equalizer underneath of it, that could be huge. But even at this point, Rumble is one item. I thought you went Leandri's on that champion, but apparently not. And
I also thought you went that instead of this Night Harvester. Interesting.
Yeah. Huh.
It kind of makes sense on Rumble, but I think that the burn would probably be better.
Yeah, I thought you would just go, Leandri's into whatever the samurai helmet looking item is.
Yeah, double burn.
Yeah.
Oh my god, here goes Krusty
in the middle of 2. And that's going to be actually a huge equalizer that's immediately gotten out of Ivane only in the middle of the team. Now PPC having to flash out. Curtain has been called. Didicus first one to die. I Drink Bathwater trying to face tank. Not quite able to do it. And Medium Willie 69, PPC and Didicus both died there. I Drink Bathwater next one to go down. He's trying to buy a little bit of time for Yellow Cactus. He should be able to get out. No, that flag and drag. And that's a double kill for the monkey. A clean ace. And UNM in tatters.
Yeah, I mean, 418 clean ace, Dragon playing at 25 minutes that they are likely to lose with Ocean. I mean, if you're UNM, I honestly don't know how you get back into this game. Nobody on your team does damage anymore.
Wait, no, they did the Seraphine Equalizer ult combo last fight, unless they lost it. You hope that Guillaume Gazuli runs into you and dies.
Yeah, at this point, you just have to hope that they miss position.
I'm gonna say a solid 3 times in a row is what they need, because they're at a 9,000 gold deficit at 21 minutes. If
Yeah.
Yam Gazuli gets picked, like if Medium Willie 69, Didicus, and Yellow Cactus are in a bush that somehow isn't warded by UHM and that Jin walks in, like, yeah, they get that kill, and that's 1,000 gold shutdown. And then they're, 1 of 9 of the way to, being equal. So
Yeah,
maybe UHM, like, if the 3 people with shutdowns.
Oh no. Oh.
Okay.
No. Well, that's a loss, Baron.
Yeah. Well, the UNM curse of not very close game 2s is coming true, unfortunately. This is going to be a 22-minute Baron for UHM. It's burning down, actually, quite quickly.
I mean, Drogath could come in here with the steal.
Drogath is here. Krusty didn't hit the snare. It's 1,000, and that's Baron.
I gotta be honest with you. I am overall very impressed with the way Krusty is playing.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Look at this.
This
look
Morgana.
At this bravado.
This
doesn't care.
Morgana is absolutely insane. Might have bitten off a little bit more than she can chew here, but the rest of her team is here now. Vokarai.
Like, kill Yellow Cactus.
I think so. He does have flash. Yiga's gonna go over the wall, and he'll be fine.
Yeah, no. Krusty is a dominating force in this game. Like, actually, just controlling the pace here.
Yeah. Normally.
Jesus.
Christ. No. That's a flash out of medium Willie 69. That's going to be the turret going down. No, Didicus,
and that's dead.
Didicus just let it go, and that's why you don't defend tier 2s. Like, straight up, you shouldn't be there. PPC, why are you there? Like, just fall back. That tower is gone. Like, what is UNM doing? Just give up the 2 outers and fight at the inhib turrets.
I don't even think they could do that.
Well, you have a better chance of doing that than running 2-man into the most easily diveable position in the game.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
like, this is just
unfortunate.
13,000.
That is a surrender there.
Yeah, that was.
And a dominating 0-2 in this case. Far different than what we saw last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I think we saw the tilt coming out a little bit there at the end.
Yeah, that was a pretty early surrender, all things considered, too. Not that I disagree with it, but it was early.
Yeah. We're still on skip waiting for stats. We'll go.
Yeah, I think because it's a tournament game, it never gives you the last ones of the 2. Or of the 3 in this case.
Yeah. I'm not looking at the Discord. They might have pinged me for looking at it. But yeah, I'm just gonna say disappointing. Just kind of
overall
on all levels for UNM there. The drafts were bad. The gameplay was bad.
I mean, it was okay. Honestly, UNM, for especially being how down they were in the first game, pretty good. This game was a lot less of that, and it really just kind of came down to, like, these champions don't have good base damages. Like, you can't.
Yeah, I think,
like, even if you're behind, you do nothing on these champions because you're behind. Like, all 4 of the UNM team, except for Alistair, are really rough without gold.
Yeah. I don't know. I think this might also be a wake-up call for UNM to, play traditional bot lanes.
Or just, make sure that your team comps make sense in a lot of ways. You saw... These team comps just didn't do much. They couldn't play them the way they wanted to. Plus, they're playing a bunch of nerf champions.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree that, like, I don't, like, yeah, Cho'Gath was nerfed. I don't think he's, like, bad right now, right? Even with the nerfs. Seraphine, questionable, but I don't hate the champions they played. It's not like anyone was gutted this patch or anything. I don't think. We're still a little in the early hours of it, so it's hard to get any statistics or whatever. But I don't think any of these champions were nerfed into the ground, completely kneecapped or anything like that. It's just the team comps, like, that was just a really easy to execute team comp from UHM in game 2. They knew what they wanted to do, and it was not hard to do it. And that's ignoring the fact that they just played superbly in those last fights. Krusty was hitting every single Q that he threw. The Morgana bindings were on point. The ganks were on point on that mid lane. They just put up a camp, just put that tent up in the mid lane, unlocked the mid lane to roam around and help out the rest of his team even better. So this was it was played really, really well from UHM. And, I don't want to, take away from them and say like, oh, UNM, they would have won if it was, a better draft or anything like that. And I think, UHM, everyone's been trying to put them down and out in this tournament because they're in Hawaii. They have to play on like 105 ping.
True.
But, like, you've seen their team play is just so good. Like, we saw 4-man dives multiple times, just bringing everyone around the map and just playing really, really well. And I think that that's just something that UNM needs to learn how to, play. We've seen them play really well with really good synergies before, and I think they just need to pick champions that will more easily do that. Like if you have a Jarvan for Orianna, that's really easy to be like, oh, okay, well let's just gank the Rumble a million times and win the game off of that. Whereas if you have a Garen mid with Lilia, you're like, oh, what the hell do I do here? Like, and you look at the bot lane, and they're playing... What did they play game 1? Leona... Who?
In the bot lane, Leona Senna.
Yeah, Leona Senna, which is fine. But, like, you don't gank that lane, because what is Senna going to do, right? And... it's just
rough.
Yeah.
Just really rough overall. But anyway.
Well, that was... Let's go to... thanks for watching. That was UNM versus University of Hawaii. UNM now 2-1 on this season. Or 3-1.
Still plenty of chances to...
Yeah, 3-1 on this season. I'm still saying that they're going to be pretty easily top 4 getting into playoffs here. Next week, and by next week I mean on Saturday, 2/6/21, we are playing the San Diego State Aztecs here on this stream. That will be starting at approximately 3:30 in the afternoon is when the stream will be starting. So make sure that you tune in here. If you haven't already, smash that follow button, ring-a-ding that little bell, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter. I think we have a Facebook that we never post anything
Just Google
on.
UNM Esports and interact with us.
Yeah,
anyway.
interact with us.
Our new website also. Our new website should be launching in about 4 days. So keep an eye out for that as well.
While you're looking at all of these excellent media that we put out, if you're like, wow, I want to do that for UNM Esports, well, you're in luck, because we are looking for a media manager, a social media manager. So if you want to post your hot memes on the UNM Esports Twitter page, or if you want to join me and Mark here on the caster desk and do the production side of things, we're always looking. Just shoot either me, Elegant Cabbage, a hot DM in our Discord. Also, join our Discord, and we can definitely help with that.
Yep. Thank you all for watching.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. We'll be back on Saturday. And thank you.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.